Appreciate you coming out for our spring signing, the last signing session of the year. We're excited to honor these 5 student athletes for all the hard work that they put in over the last 4 years here in high school, but also all the hours that they put in their sport, their activity, to get to where they're at, to have the opportunity to be able to sign a letter of intent to participate in college, have some of their college paid for, and be a part of something that they've worked really hard for a long time. Also like to have you give a big round of applause to all the parents here, please. Parents, we understand all the time and the effort and the coordination to get your student where they needed to be in their activities and a lot of the things that you do, the money that you spend, the sacrifices. So we would like to thank you because you have a huge part in this event today. So you're not here for me, so I'm going to introduce our first speaker, Coach Aaron.
All right, what a special day to honor some special student athletes. Excited, as you can tell, and this is for all parties, with the number of young people here, that you've definitely made an impact on this high school. So congratulations to everyone on all of your achievements. It's absolutely fantastic. I personally am excited to be able to talk about Mr. Ryan Roberson here. I have had the opportunity this year to get to know Ryan. Met him late spring last summer, like late spring, summer, and really started to get to know Ryan. Ryan is a phenomenal student athlete, always has a smile on his face. Ryan wrote in some of his notes that I was reading through that his high school career took a lot of twists and turns. And I think one of the best things that I can say about Ryan, the athleticism is obvious, how his teammates act towards him and get along with him is obvious, but how positive he has been through his high school experience, all of those twists and turns, I really think sets Ryan apart from a lot of other student athletes and will give him an opportunity to be successful at the next level, as they say. And speaking of the next level, Ryan is going to do the horizontal jumps at University of Missouri, Kansas City, or Kansas City University. And so he's going to be a big part of their track program moving forward. I want to give a special recognition to some people that are very important to Ryan. He's being supported always, but specifically this evening by his mom, Kiki, and his dad, Robert. Appreciate you guys and all the support that you've given him throughout his high school career. His high school coaches, track coaches, Mrs. Warren and Coach Kendall. And then a couple things that Ryan just wanted to speak on his high school career was some of his most exciting moments. Was playing for a state championship in basketball. He's been a track and a basketball student athlete his whole high school career, and he's looking forward to going on and continuing his education at University of Missouri, Kansas City. Let's give it up for Ryan Roberson. All right, I think next we're going to pass it on to soccer with Coach Brian Paul.
Okay, thank you. This is kind of one of those crowning moments, and from a coaching standpoint, one of those moments that you kind of look forward to as a coach. And you think about one of the coolest parts of being a coach is seeing those players come in as freshmen and having that opportunity to suit up year after year, whether sophomore, junior, senior year. That's a cool thing. From a coaching standpoint, seeing players for 4 years, seeing them grow and develop, is one of my favorite things. And as a teacher, we're usually robbed of that. We usually get a semester or a year. So getting that opportunity to see players grow is so cool. And most players, it's at the C team level, and then JV, and then on to varsity. And rarely do we have players occasionally get 2 years of varsity. And then there's Ryan Masterson. Ryan's kind of that exception. He is had his first game as a freshman, and then following that had 3 consecutive varsity years as a starter, and as a senior year was a senior captain. So that's a pretty darn special thing. It's pretty safe to say Ryan has been the foundation of Northwest soccer over the past 4 years. And nobody has played more varsity games over the last 4 years for Blue Valley Northwest than Ryan Masterson. So that's quite an accomplishment and certainly a testament to him as a soccer player. I don't, there we go. I don't like that thing. It reminds me of like COVID apparatus. Anyway, it's certainly an honor to stand up here and talk about Ryan and what he's meant to Northwest soccer and the joy of coaching him. But at the respect of everybody's time, I could go on and on, but I've kind of condensed this down to 4 traits. Who is Ryan Masterson? And the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Ryan is his courage. He's never going to be the biggest, strongest, fastest player on the field, but if you've ever watched him play, you would never know that. He's the player who, it seems like he seeks out dangerous opportunities on the field. And I think it's as much to torment me as a coach as possible. There would be an easy pass or just an easy way, but he generally chooses the way through like 7 to 14 players on his way. And it's like water flowing through rocks. And I don't know how he does it, but if you've got to witness it, it's pretty spectacular. And you have to have courage to choose those scenarios and know that you're going to go into it and come out the other end. And that's Ryan. But what's funny about that is it kind of brings me to my next trait, and that is his unselfishness. He is, by nature, puts other people in front of himself. And I've seen this as a junior year and certainly as a senior captain. He's the one who's always out front, looking out for his teammates, and he'll come have conversations with coaches about how things are going, or potentially a teammate that we need to look out for, this, that, or the other. He's putting his teammates in front of himself. And I think that's just a testament to how he was raised. Mickey and Zenia Masterson have done a tremendous job in growing up in a larger family. You're taught to look after others. And Ryan certainly does that, and maybe that's why he dribbles through 78 people, and then just while I'm like, fine, just do whatever, and he's right at the goal, he'll just pass it off so a teammate can score. So, I don't know. I guess it's a family trait, because having coached his older sister, Julia, that she was the same way. So, Ryan is certainly unselfish. But going along with that is the third trait, which is respect and respected. Ryan is respected within Blue Valley Northwest. He's respected because of how he handles himself, how he makes friends, and how he leads. And he leads on the soccer field at Northwest, whether it's at other sporting events. He is ingrained in this community. And he's respectful. It's funny kind of seeing him come in as a squirrely freshman to the young man you see now, where if you ever have a conversation with Ryan, it starts with a, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you? Right? And then it would end with a, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Right? And again, as a parent of 3 young kids, I only hope I can do as good a job as Mickey and Zenia have done raising Ryan. And the respect that he shows his teammates and how he leads is spectacular. And that leads me to my 4th trait, and that's joy. In 20 plus years of myself playing soccer and now coaching for 13 years, I never enjoyed watching a player more than Ryan. And maybe that's because I can't do a single thing he's able to do. But if you've ever watched Ryan play, it's undeniable his talent, and he has the ability to make the ridiculous, acrobatic, theatrical play look very ordinary. And it's a skill, and I finally, by his senior year, stopped like telling him just pass the ball, because every time when I come over to he comes over the sideline, he's like, I know, coach, and then he gives me that freaking grin, and I'm like, whatever. But that's Ryan, and that's what makes him special, is his joy for the game, his joy for making others around him better, and his joy of being courageous and choosing the hardest way to goal possible, and then passing at the last moment. That's Ryan Masterson. And he's meant so much to Northwest Soccer, our program, over the last 3 years, and I will certainly cherish the memories he's given me as a coach. And one such memory really will live with me and stick with me. And that's from our regional championship game this year against Shawnee Mission East, in like driving rain and sleet. And of course it went into overtime, which was kind of a trend for us. But we ended up winning that game against Shawnee Mission East. And as everybody's storming the field and it was pandemonium, the coolest moment that I caught out the side of my eye was the trophy being raised, and Ryan had his arm around his best friend, Joseph Rado, and just seeing that moment and that joy, it was cool. It was really an awesome moment, and as a coach, that's what you live for. You live for those moments where the hard work, the effort in those 4 years that they work, getting paid off in such a special moment like that. So I'm so excited, and as much as I'm going to miss him on the soccer field, I'm going to miss him being by my side throughout the whole soccer season, just having that camaraderie. And so I know Johnson County will be a great fit for him, and he will be a tremendous attribute to that program, and I know he'll be a standout for years to come. And I guess I'm kind of selfish that he's going to be close, so I'll be lining up to go watch him. So congratulations, Ray. Pass the ball to Coach Warren, and she's going to talk about track athletes.
All right, hello. I'm going to talk about our twins over here, Cecilia and Sophia Fisher. Cecilia is going to run cross country and track at Kansas State. I'm going to take this off. And then Sophia is actually doing rowing at Kansas State, or not Kansas University, Kansas State. They're like gonna really fight now, you know, they're twins, but now they're really gonna knock heads. But anyway, I'm really bad at free speaking, so I kind of write down my thoughts into little speeches, so we're just gonna read off that and then go from there. So I just want to say right now to both of you that my words aren't going to do either of you justice, because you guys are both fantastic athletes and people, and I don't think I could say enough good things about both of you. So anyway, we'll start with that. So I was honored, we're going to go with Sophia first. I was honored when Sophia also asked me to speak on her behalf, and truly do not think this speech will do her justice. I've gotten to know her in various ways, both as a student and as an athlete, and to say the very least, she has been a joy to work with in both areas. My coaching relationship with her is quite unique, though. I have not directly been her coach, since she is not a cross-country runner, but a sprinter and also a thrower in track. But I've got to see her progress as an athlete in various sports, including cross-country, which, funny enough, she never competed in cross-country, but she was basically a part of our team because she chose on her own to do off-season training both in the winter and the summer, and willingly going to run to better yourself as an athlete. I think that is amazing, and it speaks great volumes about her character. And I have no doubt that training helped pay off both in tennis and track seasons. But more importantly, I think it speaks again of her character. If she's going to do something, she's going to be all in, and I really appreciate that quality about her. She also holds her peers and teammates to the highest of standards, and every sport needs leadership skills like Sophia's, especially if that team wants to be competitive. So her leadership is more than evident looking at our track and field team. when she is one of the few who takes it upon herself to lead our team at the start of every practice without a prompt from myself or any of my assistant coaches. And that can-do attitude is very invaluable. Couple that with her lighthearted personality, and you have somebody who will undoubtedly go step up to the plate every time it's asked of her. I do not know much about the tennis side of things, but I wanted to include some stats that Sophia has accomplished during her time as an athlete here at BBW. She came in 7th at the regional doubles, 8th at EKL doubles, and combined team effort got them in 3rd place at their Columbia tournament. But on the track side, she actually competes in both sprints and throws, and this year was her first time to do throws. Like I said, her personality, she just jumps into anything. Cross country, tennis, now all these other sports you're going to do in college, like that speaks volumes of an athlete, her character and willingness just to help people and get to know others, and that could be scary, but the fact she has the confidence to do that I think is very impressive and says a lot about her. But this year, her first time so far doing throws, she got her PRs last week in both shot and disc, earning 8th and 9th place overall. Another quality I really love about Sophia is her willingness to try anything. This is actually, I kind of freehand spoke a little bit, so I'm going to skip ahead in my speech. Anyway, it goes without saying that Sophia is one of those kids I will surely miss for years to come. There's nobody else I would rather tease about wearing OU apparel to track practice, which it's an inside joke because I went to Oklahoma State, but anytime I see her, I'm just like, I can't talk to you today, Sophia. Anyway, so on a serious note, I want to say thank you for your dedication and leadership, Sophia. I couldn't do my job without great athletes like yourself. You set up and uphold standards for your peers, and that is a quality I know that will take you very far. Please remember that I will always be here cheering you on as you chase down your dreams, and I know you'll make a great impact on this world. Best of luck as you start your journey as a rower. All right. All right, now on to Cecilia. So, again, my words are not going to do you justice, but I know it's cliche to say this, but I honestly don't even know where to start. There's so many amazing things about Cecilia, and I can almost guarantee, again, that this speech is not going to do her justice. But I would like to start by highlighting that Cecilia is not only an amazing runner, but also a true, wholesome person with character that is second to none. She's one of the biggest hearts and has an unmatched leadership ability. She also cares for our community on top of all of those other things. In fact, this summer she took it upon herself to organize a community service project for our cross-country team. We went to Turnstile's thrift store once a week to help those in need, and this quickly became a weekly event, all thanks to Cecilia's organization and her ability to get others motivated enough to help the community as a team. These examples prove that Cecilia truly strives to be the best version of herself every day. Her willingness to help others doesn't stop there. I've mainly relied on her, several other of my seniors, as a new head coach this year, and she's been more than up for that challenge. She's taken it upon herself to lead summer, winter, and Saturday practices, constantly reminds her teammates of important events, and really acts like glue that helps reinforce our team as a whole. For this reason, I believe her impact on our program has been invaluable. She may not realize it now, but I can definitely see how she has had a hand in shaping our program into what it is now because of her positive attitude, unwavering dedication, and immense hard work. As a coach, I consider myself very lucky to have had the opportunity to help guide her and be a part of her journey thus far. It's been incredibly fun to watch her grow into the athlete she's become, and with that being said, I'm prepared to be amazed at the stats that she's racked up these last 4 years. She currently holds the second fastest time in school history for the girls' 5,000 meter run with a time of 18 minutes and 23 seconds. She currently holds the third fastest time in school history for the girls' 3,200 meter run with a time of 11 minutes and 2 seconds. She currently holds the fourth fastest time in school history for the girls' 1,600 meter run with a time of 5 minutes and 7 seconds. She currently holds the fifth fastest time in school history for the girls' 800 meter run with a time of 2 minutes and 22 seconds. She's qualified for cross country all 4 years, or qualified for state cross country all 4 years, and her efforts helped us place second last year and third this year as a team. She placed third in cross country EKL this year, helping us win EKL for the second time, and also beat St. Thomas Aquinas for the second time. Then she proceeded to place ninth in the hardest and most stacked 6A cross country regional in our state, and then topped it off with a 10th place finish at state. She qualified for state track last year, placing 7th in the 2 mile and 4th in the 4x800 relay, and this track season is just getting started, so there's many more achievements to happen. But can you tell how hard of a worker Cecilia is? Like I said, before this speech cannot do her justice, but I hope you know how much of an impact you made at Northwest, and I know you're only going to continue this legacy forward as you grow into a wonderfully well-rounded young lady. I cannot wait to see all the things you do to help make the world a better place, both on and off the course. And most importantly, please remember I will always be here cheering for you no matter what you do in life.
She's in just a really big hurry. It's okay. I'm way shorter, so gotta pull that back down. Congratulations to all of our student athletes who are up here. So proud of you guys and so excited for what the future holds for all of you. All I want to say to you is remember that you are a student first, right? Student athlete. It's an incredible, I think, privilege to be able to go to college and especially to be able to participate in something that's going to help support you as a student. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I'm here today, I get to talk about Reagan Poppin, who is headed to the University of Colorado as a dancer.
Yeah!
I'm the activities director at Blue Valley Northwest, but I also have a side hustle. I am the assistant to the assistant dance coach.
Yes.
So some people also know me as Coach Bacalar, which is why I get to be here to talk today. Reagan, Darian really wished that she could be here today. She said she's so proud of you, and she volunteered to Zoom and speak, but I knew I was going to be speaking, and I just couldn't handle the pressure of trying to work Zoom and giving a speech myself. So I said, Darian, you take care of you, and we'll support. She'll support through me. So she's very excited for you. I think I'm so excited for what the future holds for you, and I think what I'm most proud of is your well-roundedness. And so that's what I'm going to speak to today. Not just dance, but some of the other contributions you've made while at Northwest. I think when you leave someplace, whether you're leaving school or a job or maybe even life, what we leave is our legacy. That's how people remember us, and I think you've done that at this school. Reagan excels academically. She carries a cumulative GPA of 4.3.
Hey.
And a little side brag, our cheerleaders and our dancers have the highest averages of GPA. So I'm very proud of all of our students in those activities. And she carried this 4.3 with a lot of honors and AP classes. You know the kind of effort that takes. She's been in National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and has earned an academic letter so far every year of her career here, and I'm guessing is going to earn one this year as well. She also is a student at CAPS and has earned her CNA while doing that and participating on the dance team and teaching dance classes and working as a peer tutor at school. Like I said, she's extremely well-rounded. While a member of the dance team, she took on the role of captain, and little did she know that that would have an entirely different meaning this year. She led in a lot of different ways, whether it was making sure everyone's hair got done, or making sure everybody was organized for the parade, or communicating like a typical captain, right, would do. At the same time, she was also working as a peer mentor in our connections class, and Reagan does it because she loves people, and she loves all people, and she values developing relationships with everyone, which is why I think she does so well in all that she pursues. This year was a challenge. Your peers looked to you as a role model this year, and you took that on and did very well. Although this level of involvement and commitment might spread some students thin, it did not spread you thin. You took it in stride. I have every confidence that you're going to go to the University of Colorado and be a great dancer and be a great student, and we all wish you all the best.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
At this time, seniors, pick up your pens, and you are going to sign a commitment, not just a commitment to your university and your coaches and your future teammates, but a commitment to yourself. A commitment that over the next 4 years, or in my case, 5.5 years, you are going to make a commitment to yourself to get your college degree and have a great future. Because at some point, things are going to get difficult and you're going to question your commitment. And I want you to remember the commitment that you're making right now to yourself when those times get hard. So at this time, please sign your letter of commitment. Parents, while they're signing, at some point, they are going to call you and they're going to ask you for your okay for them to come home, for them to quit. It happens to everyone. They're going to hit adversity, times are going to get hard, and please, please, please tell them no. Once they leave, they can't come back. And it's not because you don't love them, it's because you do love them. And you want to make sure that they finish what they started. So at this time, seniors, if you could step back behind the screen, we're going to get a group picture. And then we'll break off and you can get all your individual pictures. Everybody else, if you can give us a second to take this picture, we appreciate you coming.
Purple pack. Purple pack. Very. Like this.